The last thing I wanted to see taped in my bathroom mirror at 5:30 in the morning was a newspaper article entitled, "Are you a perfectionist?" But there it was, courtesy of my mother, Miss Subtly herself. I was instantly irritated because Alan Feynman had accused me of perfectionism when he broke up with me last month. The term he used was rabid perfectionist, which I felt was a bit much, but Alan Feynman had no grip on reality whatsoever. I tore the article off the mirror. This left tape smudges. Dirty mirrors drove me crazy. I grabbed the Windex from underneath the sink and I cleaned the gunk until the mirror shined free of yellow journalism. I glared at the 6 telltale perfectionism signs in the now crumpled article. Number 1. Do you have a driving need to control your environment? No. Do you have a driving need to control the environment of others? Are you miserable when things are out of place? What? Are your expectations of yourself and others rarely met? Yeah. Do you believe if something is to be done right, only you are the one to do it? Okay. And number 6, do you often worry about your performance when it is less than perfect? William Shakespeare. Too wordy. Marilyn Monroe. Too homely. Beyonce. Let's just say Kanye was right. Jill's system, all of her hard work, focus, and dedication is what creates the best Pancakes by Joan Bauer. Number 6 had a particular sting, for it was that very thing that Alan Feynman had accused me of. He had accused me of numbers 1 through 5 as well, but on this last fateful day, he said, "The problem with you, Jill, is that even if the least little thing goes wrong, you can't handle it. Good riddance. I hope you find a messy, inconsiderate girlfriend who can never find her personal car keys and no sense of time and no way of planning, and they spend the rest of your adolescent years looking for, on your hands and knees looking for your contacts." I put on my ye old Pancake House waitress uniform that I'd ironed and starched the night before. Blue, long-sleeved, ankle-length dress, wide apron, white and blue flowered bonnet. I tied my white apron in a perfect bow across my back. It was on Sunday mornings I prepared myself for the mob that would descend in 2 hours. I always mentally prepared for situations that I knew were going to be stressful. It helped me handle them right. It was 7 o'clock. Cheryl and Lucy were late, but I knew Lucy's baby was sick and Cheryl was picking her up, so I had no reason to worry. Plus, they'd been late before. I myself was never late. I unlocked the front door and a few customers come straggling in and their usual booths with their Sunday newspapers, nothing I couldn't handle. Plus, things don't start getting crazy till around 8:30 anyways. 7:47. They'd never been this late. I scanned my customers to make sure everybody was cared for. I turned to dash to the bathroom real quickly when I heard a screech of tires sound in the parking lot. A large tour bus had pulled into a grinding halt. I watched in horror as an army of round, middle-aged women stepped from the Peter Pan bus and headed toward the restaurant like lionesses stalking prey. It was a natural selection. I was good as dead. I turned the front door as the tour bus one poured in. Table for 66. My lungs collapsed. I pointed to a stack of menus, remembering my personal waitress number 1 rule. Never let a customer know you're losing control. Sit anywhere. I'll be right with you. The phone rang. I lunged for it. It's Lucy calling. She couldn't come in, but Cheryl was on her way. "Are you all right there, Jill?" "Of course, you just take care of that baby." "You really are terrific." "I'm terrific," I told myself. I can handle this because, as a terrific person, I have an organized system that always works. I grabbed 2 coffee pots and raced to the tour group. Smiling. Always smiling. I poured coffee. "We're so glad you guys came to see us this morning." I took their orders. And then more people started coming in. I told everyone I was the only waitress here. If they're in a hurry, they might as well go someplace else. But no one left. They just kept coming, and it still rang to the restaurant. The phone rang. I lunged for it. It's Cheryl calling for someone's car phone on the interstate. with impossible news. There was a 5-mile backup. Should be hours getting to work. I looked at the line of cars pulling to the parking lot, the tables bulging on hungry customers, the coffee cups raised in anticipation of being filled. I was ashamed I couldn't do it, but no one could, not even me. I twerked my yellow bonnet. I'm trapped in the pancake house. I mean, at the back table hard. He needed ketchup for his eggs. I reached underneath the K section. Nothing under K. Hugo! I yelled at the busboy. He ran to me. Ketchup, Hugo, wake up! The sky is falling! He pointed to the C section. Ketchup? I was falling down a dark, early tunnel with no end in sight. There were coffee grounds on my eyebrows. My hands smelled like used tea bags, and I'd had to go to the bathroom for the past 3 hours. People were going to start getting their own coffee, and the only consolation was I was going to live till noon. Waitress. I raced down the aisle, seeing the hunted look in the customer's eyes. I'm sorry, but I simply can't do everything. I felt a ripple of crass laughter in the air. I turned. Alan Feynman had walked in with his parents. No, gosh, no, anything but this. I could hear the taunts at school, the never-ending retelling of my ultimate nightmare. Can I help, Jill? He rolled up his sleeves. Alan Feynman was offering to help me? Can you work the register? Of course. Alan organized people into a line, made change, smiled. He had such a nice smile. Thanked everyone for their patience, got names on the list. Miss Feynman took off her jacket. Can I make coffee for you, dear? Miss Feynman, you really don't have to. We've always been so fond of you, Jill. I slapped a bag of decaf in her sated hands. Well, she'll punch in at 11:45. Finally, I pushed the little girl aside, who waiting patiently by bathroom door, and I lunged toward the toilet stall. Life is tough, kid. And then I realized finally, it was fine by me.